on what lies in store. I feel what's to happen, all happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all rattling undone. Something is needed to twist our mess tight, as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimani, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
I can't do my lessons if I'm flying a kite.
You can't make us, you're only on nanny. Morning, Miss Slack, and how's little Willoughby today? Morning, Admiral. How's it looking? Storm warning? There it is. Of all London's byways where I doff my cap, this one's the hardest to find on a map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song, but the nannies who come here, they don't stay for long. Chim chimani, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
Oh, Katie Nana, where are you going? Oh, Katie Nana.
Nana's gone and is it anyone driven half demented by your children's friends?
Do you really think I've made another blunder? What on earth am I to say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft, dear. Another nanny's left, dear. And every nanny goes, we're unlucky, I suppose. We are never going to find the perfect nanny.
Nonsense! Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of the household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign Cherry Tree Lane. Coat. The simple truth is you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. So take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your role, they know their stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in half. Briefcase.
I always thought Katie Nana would be firm with the children. She always looks so cross.
Winifred, never confuse efficiency with a liver complaint.
Only we could find someone like your old nanny, Mrs.
Don't
Andrews.
be absurd. We could never afford someone of her caliber. Winifred. Now, Winifred, if you do want to please me...
You know I do, George.
Very well. Then place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
So better give them a hard ad before they screw it up.
I would stress that they
Father!
What is that you're holding, dear?
We've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
George, it wouldn't hurt to listen.
Wanted, a nanny for 2 adorable children.
Adorable. Well, that's debatable, I must say.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts. That's the confidence. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
All of this ridiculous
George,
nonsense.
please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cool, never feed us castor oil or gruel. Love us till the sun and daughter, that was the barley water. I put that for him too. If you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you cause to hate us. We won't hide your spectacles so you can see. Put cloves in your bed or pepper in your tea. Hurry, Nanny, many thanks, sincerely, Jane and Michael Banks.
That is quite enough Tommy rot for one day. Will you go to your room? Now, where's my hat?
Oh, George, dear. I thought you put it over here. I'm sure a bowler hat can't simply disappear.
Do you think we'll find a nanny?
There it is.
She's brushed it with boot polish. Ugh.
Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all on your domain.
Whilst I remain the sovereign, mind you use the day well.
You remain the sovereign.
I shall be home at 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains a sovereign.
A cherry tree red.
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisement. Not yet.
George and Winifred Banks live here, do they not?
Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here.
And you are looking for a nanny, are you not?
Well, I suppose.
Very well, then. Now, the qualifications. Play games all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope?
Oh, none at all.
Glad to hear it.
But take it up with Winifred. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And Winifred, don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
But I thought it was usual.
A very old-fashioned idea to my mind. The best people never require them now.
I see. Very well, then. You'll have every third Thursday off from 5 until 9.
The best people get every second Wednesday from 6 until late, Mom. And that is what I shall take.
I see. All right, it's settled then.
As long as I am satisfied. I'll see the children now, thank you.
Of course. Of course. You'll find that they're very nice children. Now, this is,
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Now, best foot forward, you two. Spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed her interview then.
Or I did.
exactly, I must say. Who's responsible for this?
Mrs. Brill.
I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I like, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Who's he when he's at home?
That's Valentine. He's mine.
From the look on his face, I'm not sure he'd agree with you.
He's just a doll, and I don't want to play with him now.
Treat him like that, and he might not want to play with you. Now, I always say the best place to put a hat is on a hat stand, but it seems you'll be needing one. On the other hand, though, where did I put my measuring tape? Aha! Here it is. Now stand over there, you two. Just as I thought. Extremely stubborn and suspicious.
Not true, let me see. Extremely stubborn and
Suspicious, darling. Now you. Rather inclined to giggle, doesn't put things away.
I don't believe you. Let me see.
By the time the wind has blown, the weather vane around, I'll show you if I can. No matter what the circumstance, for one thing I'm renowned. My character is spit spot, spick and span.
What about your measurements?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bond. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined. And I wear shoes of the sensible kind. I'll suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explain. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, not slightly so. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions?
Not temperamental.
Never.
Not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss?
Or have objections to playing with us?
Oh, I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair.
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee.
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay.
Each virtue virtually knows no bond. Each trait is great
And patently sound.
Spit spot. Jane, doll's house, please.
Do I have to?
Yes. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. I'll take my scarf, thank you.
No fair.
I never said I was fair. I said I'm practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect
chim-chiroo. I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work from my own memory.
Not these again.
Oh, come on, officer. It's just me pictures like it always is. There's no harm in them.
I'll be the judge of that. This is my park, and I say you're interfering with public service. You just stay out of trouble.
Stay right where you are. I know that silhouette's anywhere. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say, you do look swell.
How does he know you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen him running about chasing a kite.
It's not a real kite.
So, what you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called a walk in the park.
Some game. I'd rather eat spinach.
Now, Bert, you did promise you'd take me out the last time we were here. I hope you're not going back on that promise. Oh dear. Is that all you have? Well, never mind then. My treat. And no one's charging for the trees in the sky, are they?
Mary Poppins? Is he really coming with us?
And why shouldn't he?
Well, to start with, he's very dirty. Father would never approve.
What's that?
You can't come with us. You're too dirty, and we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go to places you've never dreamed of. And if she says it's a game, she's got something in mind. You can be certain of that.
That's a picture of the park, isn't it?
That's not the park. Not our park, anyway. Look, that tree is a much brighter green, and the sky is quite a different blue.
I think you'll find it's just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a spark. And something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so long.
Oh, really?
When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn. When Mary holds your hand,
But-
you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
Well, you've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
Come along, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? Perhaps it's all a plan. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
Hi, Nelly. Statue once brought back to life when Mary Poppins. I wait over 100 years to take a walk on a sunny day like this.
Ain't it a glorious day? Bright as the morning in May.
Have you ever seen a blossom green? All blue as
The sky, oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Better days I've never known.
You can ask the toppings that you're wearing.
Nothing's ever set in stone. top, if I may say so.
Thank you, Bert. And you may.
Each man out with his dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog. A gentle jog.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
Let's go for a jump to Santa. We are bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us are bound to take a promenade in the park. Let's go for a jaunt to Santa. We are bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us are bound to take a promenade in the park with our finely chiseled features. Daffodil, look down from above. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we
Jane, did that really just happen?
Yes, but how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
How do you know Mary Poppins?
She's an old friend of my father.
Father? You're a statue. You can't have a father.
Well, if that's true, why do I miss him so much?
Isn't he one of the other statues?
No, he lives far away from here.
Do you really miss your father?
Wouldn't you miss your father if you hardly saw him?
I'd have to think about that.
There it was.
What?
The statue.
Is it missing? Are you saying you've lost your marbles?
Oh, lummy.
Will you play with us again, Nelius?
Of course, I'm not going anywhere.
All right, well, we'll see you soon then.
Come on home, you two. Say goodnight.
Good night, Nelius.
Bye.
Poor Nelius. He must be so lonely. Could his father ever come to stay?
Of course. Anything can happen if you let it.
Will you stay?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Now come along, you two, inside.
Good night, Jane. Good night, Michael. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Bert.
I'm just happy to be here.
them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we've had the most fantastic day ever. We sang with the busker, danced with the statue. You wouldn't have approved.
If you knew that, then why would you do it?
Daddy, can I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
When would I have time to do that?
Daddy, who was the father of Neleus?
Would you just let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites and his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age. My nanny, Miss Andrews, soon beat it out of me.
Suppose we do need a nanny, George. Is it out of the question to go without one?
Don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming on?
I don't know. It seems rather strange to invite people that I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
Point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard from Clemming Bunting the other day. She's rehearsing a new play, and I thought that I might ask.
Winifred, how many times must I tell you? I wish you to sever all connections to that part of your life.
George, I was an actress. Some people might find that rather interesting, although you always act as though I should be ashamed of it.
It's not exactly something to be proud of. Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. I want people to admire you, to respect you.
I know, George, but it's hard.
It's not hard. It's your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what exactly is your job?
To pay for everything. What?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh, well, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well, but make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. What good are rules if you can bend them? We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't feel too good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing test of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, well, I'd like to say thank you next. You're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks.
I still feel as if I'm dreaming.
For just one day, when Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
I'm sure Neleus is beaming. Let's hope she will stay.
Let's hope
She will stay.
precision and order. Mrs. Brill, don't make the sandwiches too early. I don't want them to get stale before the guests arrive.
Everything is under control, ma'am.
But what about the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure. And in case you're worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll just go check the drawing room, I guess.
I'll help you. I'd like to be helpful, and I'd like to be rich. But the good Lord thought otherwise.
Michael, I feel badly. Why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble. I have the eggs. If Miss Brill can do it, it can't be that hard.
Are there any eggs in icing?
There are in mine.
I don't think Miss Brill will thank you.
Then she will be guilty of great ingratitude.
Is it supposed to look like that?
Don't be impertinent and get me the cake.
Happy birthday.
Stop.
Oh my gosh, it's your birthday?
No.
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to be helpful. Now, if you would. Oh my god.
Mrs. Robertson! Oh, my dear, should we call a doctor?
I don't think that'll be necessary, Mom.
How can you be so unkind when you know how important my party is? You two deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait until bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, Mom. Why not go up and get changed?
Ah!
We'll clear up, right?
But we're not ill, and I won't take any medicine, and you can't make me.
And that is in so many things, Michael Banks. Your information is faulty. Open.
Strawberry ice?
Jane.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
And I'm not sure I care. Open. Miss Robertson, for your troubles.
Ooh, no punch. My favorite.
Now, you two, let's get to work. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane?
Must we? Can't Miss Robertson do it? She is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll get through quite a lot of stuff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game. In every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. The honeybees that fetch the nectar from the flowers to the comb never tire of the buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they see, and when they find their task is not a crime. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
Beautiful worker. How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down,
The medicine?
go down, medicine.
Go down.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
So, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful
clear up. We better get going. Come along, children.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently, these came this morning, but Miss Robertson forgot to give them to you. There are apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Oh dear. Do you think we chose the wrong date?
No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, where are we going today?
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Datsy agree? If he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me putting ideas into other people's heads. Really?
Fairbanks, what objections can you have? My security is more than enough. And Latin America is an expanding market. Have you no courage?
What I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What are you thinking? Money, of course.
But making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker?
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? This is a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. You won't regret it. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got. Believe me.
I do believe you, Mrs. Northbrook, and I tried to find a way, but there's just not the collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better life. They're my collateral.
I'm not so sure.
My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Northbrook, but I don't know if I could do that. What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see that I'm busy?
No, we're done, and no man should be too busy for his own children. Well, have you come here for any man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
Well, it's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
No, that's its worth. Its value isn't how you spend it. Do good and may you have good luck.
And what do we say to Mrs. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
Mary Poppins, what is the meaning of this?
Aren't you, Daddy?
I know that they know better than being at the bank.
Sir, I only thought of it as an educational exercise.
Hey, Daddy, I have a question.
Yes?
Were you ever a little boy?
Daddy,
Of course I was a little
when you
boy.
invest in the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea. But a good man is much more rarer, much more valuable.
I think we've bothered your father enough for one day. Come along, children.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but I'm afraid the answer is... I'm sorry, Mr. Von Hustler, but I'm afraid the answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not. But I recognize a good man when I see one.
You'll regret this here, Banks.
I will. Interesting. I have a decision to make. What am I going to do? A man has dreams of building an empire and hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves the chance. Now, Mrs. Northbrook, when exactly could the factory open?
Thank you, sir. We won't regret it.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Blonde woman.
Don't point. And for your information, she's not in the least horrible.
But she's just a bundle of old rags.
When are you going to learn to look past what you see? Early day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bad woman comes. In her own special way, to the people she calls.
Come, buy my bags full of crumbs. Come, feed the little birds, show them you can. And they'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
That's what she cries. Right overhead, the birds to the skies.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go give him my 6 pence.
What a waste.
That's a matter of opinion. Here, one bag, please. Save your 6 pence. All around
Here she is now. You can tell her yourself.
Isn't that Miss Lark's dog, Willoughby?
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying, Willoughby? Oh, dear. Well, with that attitude, you ought to keep her on a lead.
Willoughby, it's all right. Mummy's here. You know, sometimes you almost think he could talk.
Can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop is the problem.
How do you learn to speak dog?
How do you think? Master the grammar
Practice when you can.
and avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Now let's go, you two. I can't stand around all day here talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
It's not in the least silly.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
Well, that's because there is only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey's older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander when he weren't so great.
We ought to call on her shop in the park.
There is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it. I've run out of conversations.
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come into the shop here in secret.
That couldn't have been the same George Banks. That would have been... ago, and nobody can remember that far.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember Georgie used to love my gingerbread stars. I wonder if we have any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively.
Yes, Mother.
There you are, gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. Georgie always saved his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversation, Miss Corey.
Well, I'm out of conversations and right out of words. You see, I've had a lot of chatterboxes in here today.
You don't say.
But let me see what we have left. Ooh, I do have some letters and a little bit of back chat.
Wonderful.
An ounce, you say? That'll be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you choose 7.
D, G, P, U, C, L, and I. You can't make a conversation out of those.
Michael, 7 more.
I have an A, F, S, E, T, O, and P.
And I'll choose an X. Now, what words can we make?
I see cat and dog.
Brodoplex. That's 9.
Lapitiferous. That's 11. Nearly there.
Impressive.
You made those up.
Well, where do you think words came up from in the first place? Someone had to make them up.
You know we can always use the same letter more than once. Now let's see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it'll prove a rather useful one. Now watch and learn.
When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite
simply grunting would suffice.
Now if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
That's right.
I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped it in a jiff. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say it and wild animals would not seem so ferocious.
Add some further flourishes in soda cococious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle-um-diddle-I. 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 Diddle-diddle-diddle-um-diddle-I.
The Druids could have carved it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths.
That's right, I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be ferocious.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Of course, you can't say it backwards, which is dociously explicit fragicalibropus.
She may be tricky, but she's nutty good.
When the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for listening. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R-C-A-L-I-S
F
R-A-G-I-L
I-S-T-I-C-E-X-B-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S.
Smarty pants.
S-U-P-E-R-C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-B-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S.
Here we go. The pendulum keeps swinging.
All right, stand back. Only I have this. We did and added.
Brill, do you think you could... George, are you ill?
No. Should I be?
No, but why are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No. Everything's all wrong.
My dear, what is it?
If you must know, I refused some German chap a loan. And he went to our chief rivals. They made a great amount of money.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
Can't they? That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
That is more than loud enough. Will you go to your room?
We were just...
I don't care that you adjust. Upstairs now. Where's my briefcase? Michael? Jane? Will you give it to me? Must I put up with this behavior? You're their mother. Why can't you do something?
I could try not shouting for a start.
And Mary Poppins, you're their nanny. You're here to teach them manners. And just look at them, pair of little rugrats. If I had it my way, you'd be out of this house by tomorrow.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, please don't bring the children down tonight. Mr. Banks is quite exhausted. Perhaps you could keep them occupied?
I hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight's my evening out.
What?
I suppose the best people don't ask you to change your plans?
Unfortunately not, ma'am.
That's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery? Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane, take that back. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Last week he said that you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard it and so did you.
Sometimes people say things that they don't mean. Mary Poppins, will you take the children up into their room?
Come along, children.
George,
What is it now?
I thought you might like to talk about it.
What would be the point?
Perhaps I can help?
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm serious, George. If you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry. You will. The bank has suspended me without salary until they decide what to do next.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. The bad-tempered faces had better change quick. 'Cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimani chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
It's not fair. You're going out and we get left on our own.
You've plenty of toys to play with.
I don't want to. They're all boring.
Oh, really? They might say the same thing about you.
Why does Daddy get so cross?
Yeah, fathers are supposed to look after the children, not yell at them all the time.
Have you ever asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose?
Not the children?
Wouldn't that be a little bit upside down?
Some families are upside down.
Well, I don't want to be an upside-down family. I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you? Somebody might adopt you.
But you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't. I could have all your toys.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I would, and I jolly well would.
Give me. Look what you've done.
That's no way to treat Valentine. What's he ever done to you?
He's just a doll, silly. He couldn't do anything.
Treat him like that, and you may never know what's going to happen. Now, off to bed, you two. If you can't be good, you may as well be sorry.
But we haven't had our milk.
There'll be no buts and no milk either. Poor Valentine, go inside and get yourself cleaned up.
Well, I won't go to bed, and you can't make me.
And that is in so many things.
Your information
Is faulty. Dear, what am I to do with these two? I know. Playing the game, taking your turn. Some children lose, some children learn. Treat the toys nicely, and maybe they'll treat you the same. Playing the game. Are you feeling any better, Valentine? Tempers are frayed, tempers are lost. Nobody stops to think of the cost. Oh dear. Children who lose their temper will lose everything else in the end. Tell them yourself.
What's happened to the toys? Make them go small and get back in their box.
Why? You've heard them and called them names. Now it's their turn. Summon the toys. Now is the time to tell of your woes, to tell of their crime. Come one, come all, let's have a friend. Maybe it's a dream. What do you have to say?
Make them stop.
Well,
You think you know everything.
I couldn't agree more. Jane,
There are toys, and we'll do what we like with them. So there.
so there, indeed. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. Maybe when they've learned to play,
chimney sweeps. Nothing to be today.
Well, don't keep it all to yourself. Help me up.
Sorry.
My, that is pretty. The whole of London at your feet.
Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. Though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world, there's no happier below. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cherry. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. When we shake hands with you. Oh, blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. Oh, so you're going then?
The wind has changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But they think they know everything, and no one's as impossible to teach as a child who knows everything. So, they've got to do the next bit on their own. I really am sorry, Bert.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cherry.
When you're with the sweep, you're in glad company. Goodbye, Bert.
Chim, chim chim cherry. When you're with the sweep, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them's what sing chim chim, cherry chim cheroo. Chim chimney, chim chim, cherry chim.
Keep an eye on them for me.
Mrs. Brill, is the nursery tidy?
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am.
If only you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
Miss Brill, is it her? It's gotta be her.
Well, I don't know who else.
Why is it such a secret? The note says, till we meet again.
Oh my goodness, she's going to be here any moment. George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises at the very best of times.
Not this one, George. I do think you're going to be proud of me for once. Precision and order, it's perfectly true. Can really make a difference. I found her for you. Clear thinking, sound judgment, and now will remain the home you can be proud of in Cherry Tree Lane. Hurry up, everybody, into the hall. I want her to find everything spit, spot, spick, and span. Our sense of excitement is hard to contain. Order is returning. Wonder is returning. Someone is returning. cherry tree live.
Good morning.
Oh, the Holy Tower!
Oh, Mrs. Andrews, it's so lovely to meet you. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. I never enjoy travel. You must be Paul George's wife. Your flower beds are disgracefully untidy. Take my advice, plant evergreens. Or better yet, plant nothing there at all. Just a plain cement courtyard.
Oh, Miss Andrews, I'm so very fond of the flowers.
Then you are a very silly woman. Where did George go?
He had an urgent appointment.
For which no doubt he was late as usual. Not much of a house, is it?
Well, we like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There. And there. And there. Filth.
Well, we are rather short-staffed at the moment.
Has anyone ever cleaned these curtains?
Now, just a minute.
You must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am?
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! And you're Jane, I suppose. Why aren't you wearing any stockings?
Because I don't like that.
Tot! What manners! I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance, I've brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and cod liver oil, liberal doses of each. These are the treats from which children recoil, the lessons I'm going to teach. Just follow my model and don't mollycoddle, it may lead the exon to irk. So seek satisfaction from punitive action. Brimstone and treacle will work open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse.
Do I have to?
Open! Well, brimstone and treacle and carbolic soap. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Where manners are chronic, my teacher's the tonic that's certain to wipe off a smirk. Just pour out a ration in matron left fashion. Brimstone and treacle will work. I won't stand for simpering, winching and whimpering. Sucking of thumbs is absurd. Observe every letter, for children are better when they can be seen and not heard. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. Too corset and pamper will hinder and hamper the child in whom bad habits lurk. First threaten to throttle, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will work. Brimstone and treacle will work.
She can't stay. They'll have to dismiss her. No, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm disappointed. Truly I am. I always thought it'd be, her with the umbrella.
Michael, what do we do now? The only thing we can do. Run away. Come on.
now? Your old friend ain't gonna hurt you.
Oh, Bert, it's just you.
You're filthy. Perhaps a smudge or two. So happens today, I'm a chimney sweep. So, what's the matter? Who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
That nastiest nanny in the world, eh? Well, you two should know. You've been through enough of them. She really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Miss Andrews was Datty's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Datty. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes all day. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help, but now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I tell you what, why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring me luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a sweep's hand?
What happens if you need some luck?
Oh, well, I shakes hands with myself. Now, what have we got here?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a kite.
I've always wanted to fly a kite with Daddy.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in and you'll make him the proudest father in the country.
You really think so?
Did I say country? The whole bloomin' empire, more like. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance in the breeze over houses and trees with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Stop. Try again.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back.
Oh, don't squeeze. I'm not a sardine in a tin. Where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
And why not?
Because we ran away.
Have you indeed?
It's been so awful since you've gone and...
Oh, my eye. Well, your life must be a tragedy from the sound of it. Now, off we go, you two. We best get you home.
But we can't. Miss Andrews there, the nastiest nanny in the world. She came as a surprise for Daddy this morning.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. Come along. That was a lovely greeting, Bert. Thank you.
I meant it, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Told you they were good kids.
And I told you they were worth bothering with.
Aren't you going to shake Bert's hand for good luck?
No, I don't think so.
Why? We did.
I don't need any luck, thank you.
Jane, wait up.
you realize your worst fears have been realized, certainties they seem a bit less sure. Ideals that one time when idealized, they don't seem so ideal anymore. Where once there was order, chaos has been loosed, and home's truth like chickens are coming home to roost. Illusions may shatter, but memories stay. The things that really matter I have lost on the way. The sovereign, the master, and long may he reign. The fame is good for nothing, a cherry tree lane.
George, dear, I know it hurts your pride, dear, but you can't just run and hide, dear. Why can't you see that I'm here and I am on your side? Whenever you spoke of Miss Andrew, you showered the woman with praise. But now that I've met dear Miss Andrew, there are one or two things I'd rephrase. Just think you were raised by that monster and carried that burden through life. If only you had seen that you could share it with your wife. Being Mrs. Banks, it's easy to forget the way I felt that summer's day, the day that we first met. Being Mrs. Banks, being kissed by you, and dreams that made me feel like wishes could come true. And now, although you're lost, it's time that we close the ranks. I'll fight for the man who needs freeing, the real you who no one is seeing. You'll find a way of just being Mr. Go early.
Perhaps she's killed everyone. Maybe they're all dead.
That, you idiot!
Well, not all dead. What's that noise?
It's a caged bird. Did she? Well, frankly, that's not a surprise. Locked in that cage and not free in the skies for 2 years. How shameful. Yes, of course, that's a field I know well. An hour no longer, your wings will grow stronger. that sound.
What kind of bird is it?
It's a lark. You are seeing a lark in a cage for the first time. And the last. My pleasure. Oh, don't mention it.
So, children, you decided to come crawling back, have you? Well, I think we know what's needed now. Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor. That will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop.
Is this what you're looking for?
Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins? But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Pack.
Pack! Silly little girl with your newfangled methods. I bring up children so they know their place. Standing for tradition, I govern my charges.
Mishandled charges blow up in your face.
I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud of the way he turned out.
A shining example, a pillar.
A post. They all had their problems, but him always.
Oh! You've let my little lock out of its cage. Now you will feel the full brunt of my rage. Brimstone and treacle for you. Brimstone and treacle for you. Brimstone and treacle for you.
I recognize fully that you are fully Now here's the catch, because
Brimstone and treacle. Brimstone and treacle.
Now that's better, I must say. Close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish.
Mary Poppins, is that you? Where did you come from?
She came for help.
Michael.
Oh, Michael, Jane, is that you? Oh my goodness, you were so naughty to run away like that. I would be angry as ever if I wasn't so excited to see you. Where's Mrs. Andrews?
She left, Ma'am.
Left? Why?
She didn't give a reason.
How peculiar. Well, Mary Poppins, if you're back, are you going to stay?
I'll stay as long as necessary, Ma'am.
Well, the last time you left without a word of warning. How do I know you won't do that again?
You don't.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Constable. Oh, I'm so sorry to have bothered you, but it's quite all right. We found them.
Not all of them,
What?
ma'am. I found this one walking in the park.
George.
Where is she?
Mrs. Andrews? She left.
Left. But how?
Maybe she thought we were rude.
Rude? To Miss Andrew? Well, I can't forgive it, but I'll try to forget. In fact, I'd give you 6 pence if I had one.
George, you hadn't noticed. Mary Poppins has returned.
Ah, yes. Well. Mary Poppins. I wonder if I might have a word?
Certainly, sir.
There's no point beating around the bush. Things have not gone well for us since you've left us, and
In terms of my payment, sir, if you don't mind, I prefer to let it accrue.
But Mary Poppins, If you only knew how many payments were accruing as it is.
I do understand, sir, but honestly, it is better this way.
Is everything settled?
Quite. Now, I must see to the children. Are the pipes acting up, or is Mrs. Brill cooking?
Come along, darling. You made a bad decision. After so many years of good service, what's the worst that could happen?
Winifred, if I am to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute. The servants will leave. The house will be repossessed. And we'll be sitting on the frosty curbside.
But at least we'll have what matters most. The children. And each other.
there. And where else would a chimney sweep be? Duh. A chimney swept, a secret kept, up here above the gables. Another world to be unfurled. It ain't just myths and fables. A chimney stack looks cold and black against a twilight sky. But never fear, there's warmth up here. Perhaps you'll find out why.
Children, there you are. Oh, goodness. Look at the mess I'm in. Teach you to go running off.
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're small and unimportant.
Speak for yourself.
Not us so much, but our troubles. They're so big in the nursery, but up here, that's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them from a little higher up. And always remember, there's plenty of folk ready to help you, should you need them. Hello, Chim Chim now guardian angels, you don't often see. They're not high-vaulted, not grand or aloof. They're covered in silk and they're up on your roof. Chim chimney, chim chim cheree. See, it's true. Brush away the dirt and soot. Brush away your tears. Cobwebs that unswept away hang around for years. In all weathers or polars, we can see for Mars. Our idea of heaven is a night out on the tiles. We may look a Motley Crue, smudge with tar and grime, but when you need a helping hand, we try to step in, try to step in just in time. We will step in time. We will step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. We will step in time. Over the rooftops What you gonna do?
Step in time!
Shout it louder!
Step in time!
What is this? What is all this? Special. Not so fast. To your room. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
I would like to make one thing quite clear, Mr. Banks.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
Is everything all right?
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight? Well, I'm gonna come with you and show that chairman a jolly well piece of my mind.
That would only make matters worse, Winifred. We might as well face it. In just a few short hours, I will have joined the ranks of the unemployed.
George, are you quite sure?
Quite sure, so we better make some plans. In fact, I'm afraid the time has already come.
George, your mother's heirloom? Won't you miss it terribly?
Needs must, my dear. We always said we were saving it for a rainy day, and tomorrow will look set to pour.
Do be careful. Mrs. Brill, why don't we go to the kitchen? I think you need to sit down.
Mrs. Brill, is that the dinner cooking?
Don't you start! I've opened all the windows!
I was only going to say it smells delicious.
The whole world's gone upside down!
Well, I never. So that's why I put them. Stars. Gingerbread stars I hid once from my nanny. I always knew I'd hide them somewhere where no one would find them. Trouble was, I couldn't find them either.
Still look good enough to eat.
Don't they? Even after all this time. I used to dream I'd grow up to know everything there was to know about the stars. Funny though. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
Is it? I'm not so sure. These gingerbread stars take me back. A man has dreams of walking with giants, to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his zeal has the chance to congeal, the cup is dashed from his lips, the flame is stopped a morning, and he's left to rack and ruin in his prime.
Life's a rum go, governor. That's the truth.
It's that Mary Poppins. Ever since she stepped foot in this house, things began to happen to me. My world was calm, well-ordered, and exemplary. Then came this person with chaos in her wake. And then my life ambitions go with one fell Mary Poppins, woman. She's responsible for all of this.
I know the very person. What's the thing she's always saying? Full of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself a healthy helping every day.
A healthy help in a trouble, if you ask me.
Well, it's like you say, Governor. You got to grind at that grindstone. Though childhood slips like sand through a sand. And all too soon they've up and grown. And then they've grown. And it's too late for you to give. Just that spoonful of sugar. Down the medicine, go down. The medicine, go down. Medicine, go down. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. Good luck to you, too.
Yeah, good luck to me, too.
Father,
What is it?
we've come to say goodnight.
Good night.
Daddy, do you remember when we went to the bank?
Yes?
Well, we were each given a sixpence and told to spend them carefully.
That's an excellent idea. That's exactly what you should do. So, what did you spend it on?
Nothing yet. We kept them, but we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
No, she hasn't said a word about it.
And we thought a bit of extra cash might loosen things up a little.
It's a whole shilling.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
night, Daddy. We do love you, you know.
Jane, remember when you once asked me who Neely's father was?
Yes.
It was Poseidon, king of the sea. Good night.
Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But it's only because he loves you very much. And that's more important than houses or jobs or anything else.
Are you going to go to the bank with him?
I wish he'd let me. I wish there was someone who could take show him everybody what he's really like on the inside.
Why can't he do that for himself?
Because he's a man. And a very proud one.
Then you must go.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid that's not possible.
Why?
They wouldn't take me seriously.
Well, Mary Poppins says anything can happen. We just have to get out of our own way.
Mary Poppins, do you really believe that?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly
Or just a larval.
Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong
feed the birds, sir? Only tuppence a bag.
I'd prefer if you feed them for me. Then I'll tell you. I refused Mr. Von Hustler's scheme because his scheme was hollow. It had no product, no substance, no meaning outside the walls of this bank. Yes, he talked about assets and profits and growth, but there wasn't a word about people. I know that if a man places any value on real life, as far as you're concerned, is a washout, but I'm afraid I do value it. I value it a lot. In short, George Banks Esquire has rediscovered the human race. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for understanding that there are more important things in life than making money.
Ruining the bank? Ruining the bank, ruining the bank? My dear chap, what are you talking about? Haven't you heard? Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival. You kept us out of the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apology. We're offering ours.
Oh, my word.
And another thing, do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, she's repaying it and opening 2 new factories with the percentage you negotiated.
Oh, my word.
Well, Banks, we very much hope you tell us how you did it. Just give us the word, and it'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious! Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, it'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious! Thank you.
Now, Banks.
Forgive him! Forgive him! It's not his fault. It was his nanny's, Mrs. Andrews.
Oh, holy terror, she's taught me everything I know.
Then now's your chance to forget it.
Yeah, and if you want to fight about it, then you've come to the great woman.
Oh, whatever, that won't be necessary. Ooh.
Really?
I made the bank a fortune.
Really?
Madam, if you please, we still have some business to conduct. Now, Banks, George, by way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the job of senior manager with the salary at double.
Exactly how much did he make for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We're not a goldfish.
Well?
Well, I'd accept. On one condition. From now on, my family comes first.
Agreed.
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you. How can you forgive me?
How can you ask?
You'll want to return to the theater, and I won't mind if you do.
No, I loved it, but I found a role that I'd rather prefer. And I think it's going to keep me occupied for a while.
constellations, I wonder you don't ask for the moon as well.
Poppins, that was the best yet. To be up in the sky. Will we ever go back up there again?
Yes, someday.
Really? Will it be soon?
Oh no, not for quite some time. But until you return, you can always use this to keep an eye on the heavens.
But it's your telescope.
It's a gift.
Thank you, Mary Poppins.
Of course. Now, we best be getting home.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You're a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you will be a fine man.
Oh, it scares me when you talk like that.
Like what?
All gentle and kind, not a bit like you.
Is that the thanks I get for all the trouble I've been to?
That's better. Good night, Mary Poppins.
Oh, those are dainty birds.
I picked them for you.
Did you indeed?
It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Hold this.
exactly perfect, and I hope it remains so.
Wait, something has changed. There's a note. It's the locket. The chain is broken. Do you remember what she said? I'll stay till the chain breaks.
It's a picture of the three of us.
Mary Poppins signed it with a great deal of love.
Mary Poppins?
Gone.
She's gone. Gone? How peculiar.
I'm not sure she's gonna come back this time, though.
She'll be back. What do you think of this?
Oh, Daddy! Can we fly it together?
Of course.
I don't think she is coming back, but I suppose we don't need a nanny anymore. What do you think?
I think you better come dance with me.
Oh, George! This is serious.
Wait, is that a shooting star? I think it is.
It is.
Here, you can use my telescope.
It is. Make a wish. My dearest love.
We won't forget you, Mary Poppins.
We will never forget you.
So grateful of all of the hard work and dedication that all of the kids, the adults, and the parents have put into making this so special. It's honestly, it's incredible. And I just have a few amazing people that I'd like to thank. To start off, I would like to thank Lou. I would like to thank Mr. Louis Zeller. You are like a father to me, and all of the support that you give me along the way and the support that you give to this entire cast is amazing, and this would not have happened without you. So thank you, and we do have flowers for you. James, flowers. We have things, so thank you. I would also like to thank our beautiful and wonderful Jeannie. Where are you?
She's good. Yeah.
Okay. Jeannie, aka Winifred, has absolutely been my right-hand woman this entire time, from graphic design things to me texting her at midnight about props that we need, and we need to spray paint this. She's just been a sunshine this entire, yes, you've been, yes. Honestly, such a bright spark in some crazy, crazy times, and this would not have happened without you. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go, Jamie. Go, Jamie. And lastly, I would like to thank Mr. James. I have had the extreme honor of calling James a friend for maybe too many years than we'd like to count. So getting to be not only working with him as our fabulous musical director, but also working with him as being part of our cast has been a beautiful experience. And we love seeing Mr. James, and he's the reason that we sound so great, if I do say so myself. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of our amazing, amazing stage crew that's over here, including my mother. Yes, there she is. There you are. I mean, where do I even begin? I mean, every dress rehearsal since I could walk, those random tech week texts going, we have 30 minutes for a lunch, please bring me Subway, like everything, and she's still doing it. Major, major props. Thank you, Mommy. And Dustin and Radu up in our booth for our incredible sound, our incredible lights, keeping me sane. Thank you. Thank you so much. And lastly, thank you to all of you for coming out and supporting this awesome, awesome cast and local talent and the magic that is Mary Poppins. So thank you.
All right. Month as the new owner of the Bijou. And I'm not gonna cry. This is why I did this. So for those of you who don't know, I own Star Factory in Stratford, where we do kids parties, and 90% of these actors are my vocal students that I teach in Stratford. And to see them do something like this, it's like the mother hen watching their kids, and it's the greatest gift. I wanted them to do something other than take lessons, so I bought a theater. No, I mean, I bought it, but that's not why I bought it. I bought it because I'm absolutely insane. But I am so proud of these kids and how hard they work. And I mean, James was my student when he was this big. He really was, yeah. So to see him grow like this, and I mean, these are my kids and I love them. And to see some of my little students up here who are going to be that next generation that comes up and just is just amazing. But enough about that stuff. I have to talk about our Maggie. Now, so this girl, for those of you who are first-timers in being in a production and you have Maggie working with your child, you have no idea how lucky you are. And for those people who have been in other productions, some theater directors, let's just say they're not like Maggie. She is all about loving these kids. We care about every single kid and building them up. That's why we do this. We don't do it for money. I lost my butt on this show. No, I'm only kidding. But I swear to you, on my kids, I do not do this for money. I do this to give kids the ability to show what they have, to build them up, and let them see what they can really do with this. And it's life-changing for a lot of them. But this girl is probably one of the most special people I know, in watching her work with these kids in the most loving way. Never yells. You will never get that. I guarantee you. Go to another theater program, you will never get that ever. So I just love her as a daughter. I hooked her up with an attorney.
That's true. He was here last night.
He was here. He but I am just so proud of her. I won't do this without her. And I want one round of applause for our Maggie. All right. So, everybody get out. No, I'm only kidding. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. These kids are special. Thank you for sharing them with us. I know the sacrifices you made to bring them here, bringing them after work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I know they made you proud. And happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. What's that? All right, we're going to do a cast photo up on the stage. All our cast members.